This is what we were going to do. We would build a raft, we said, from logs we cut ourselves. And we'd track the Mississippi's bed from the Missouri to the mouth. Yeah, we were going to build a raft. And we would float the Mississippi. And we would drink and smoke and laugh as we traveled the old muddy. Brother, when this hell is over and we get back to the world, we said, for a while, we'd just lay in clover. Then we'd follow where the river led. There was me and Harley, Danny and Cherry Ball. Cherry Ball was actually David Ball from Eugene, Oregon, one of the few homeboys I had over there. We called him Cherry because as a paratrooper, until you'd made that final combat parachute assault, you were considered Cherry, hence Cherry Ball, straight out of jump school. Danny was from Lake George, New York. Harley from everywhere and nowhere. But we would talk. And as we sat and watched the sky blaze red over the South China Sea at dusk, we would talk. We talked about how we would all stay in touch, and once the last of us got back to the real world, we would meet up in St. Louis. We would canoe out to a nearby island in the muddy, where we would camp for several days while we constructed a most sturdy raft. Upon completion, we would stock provisions and launch. We would float the Mississippi to New Orleans, beaching only to gather more provisions. This was the plan, and none of us even questioned if it would happen. And no one would tell us we couldn't. No man would ever again tell us we must get a haircut. No man, none, would ever again tell us we must do anything we are not already inclined to do. Yeah, we would talk. All night sometimes. The uppers helped. Kept us alert, you know. Sometimes it's good to be just a little bit paranoid on guard duty. Come morning, it's, have a good day, brother. We'll talk later, and be careful. Then we'd all go off to our own hooch or hammock to catch a few winks before we had to move out. Then one day, Harley got orders for Thailand. I always figured they wanted him to train rangers to kill effectively with hand weapons, but I never heard from him again. A few weeks later, I was in the back of a 3/4-ton truck driven by Cherry Ball, when from the rice paddy to the right of us, 2 AK-47s opened up, fired from the hip, one by a woman, and they sent a noisy stream of tracer rounds out in front of the vehicle and slowly walked them into us. We all ducked as the rounds struck the vehicle. I was stunned, but unhurt. David Cherry Ball was struck in the head and the shoulder. This hell of a man refused to relinquish his position as driver and drove himself to the nearest med station at Landing Zone English, 15 clicks away. You know, I never called him Cherry again. Danny left country a month or so before me, and once I left, although on a few occasions I attempted to contact the guys, I never heard from any of them ever again. I guess in a way, the real world turned out to be just another battlefield on which we each had to fight alone. But I'm confident that those of us still living remember when we would build a raft, we said, from logs we cut ourselves. And we'd track the Mississippi's bed from the Missouri to the mouth. Yeah, we were going to build a raft. And we would float the Mississippi. And we would drink and smoke and laugh as we traveled the old muddy. Brother, when this hell is over and we get back to the world, we said, for a while, we'll just lay in clover. Then we'd follow where the river led.